briefest. Oh man, I should have turned on the. I could turn it on that though. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this brief as possible for several reasons, right? Because um, one, I'm basically doing this in a closet, like you could see, like pause. You know what I'm saying? Um, the way my schedule is, like, I be wanting to do this way more often, but making money, right? Let me just say what I gotta say then. First things first, right? You know what? First things first. I was going to upload Drink Champs, Yay Drink Champs, soon as they took it down, because I just wanted to know where the culture. I just wanted the culture to know where I stood on the whole situation. You get what I'm saying? But once I started seeing people uploading it, I didn't want to upload it. But I think today I'm gonna just upload it just for the stance, just so I could say I stood on the side that I stood on. You get what I'm saying? Um, all right, first things first is the obvious, right? Obviously, Nori was wrong for hip hop, right? He might have did the right thing for himself as a brand. He might have did the right thing for Drink Champs longevity. Um, but not for hip hop. I think what Nori did was go against his own brand and what he built over the last 6 years for a single moment. And I just don't think it was worth it, right? Because Drink Champs is built on legends can come here and say what they gotta say. Because they're legends and we respect them so much that they have a place to be and say things freely in the way. This is why we drinking, we having barbershop talk, we doing certain things because this is the aesthetic of Drink Champs and this is the motive behind it. So to go against your own brand that you've been building for 6 years for a single moment, I think it was the lawsuit. If you like, I think as soon as he heard that the lawsuit was coming down, I think it was just like, you know what? I'm not about to get sued for $945 million like Alex Jones. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to just apologize and get it out the way. And that's cool, right? But it's like, in hip hop, we got to stop celebrating the sellout, right? I miss EPMD, the crossover. You know why I miss EPMD, the crossover? Because it was letting you know. It was warning you about, once you go over there, you over there. Like, it's hip hop, and then it's everything else. And once you go over there, you go corporate, you go pop, you go R&B, you go this, that, and the third. You over there. And this is precisely what Kanye was talking about when he said, yo, Jews are bullies. Jews will not allow me to go on these platforms and run around freely. And I'm jealous of the Jews. He said, I'm jealous. If you watch the Drink Champs interview, this is how we should be moving. He's absolutely right, because solidarity is the only way you get respect. How you think the Jews did it? How you think Jews really got where they at? Solidarity. And I think people missed Kanye's message for just trying to have fake outrage around certain things that he's saying. It's like nobody can chew the meat and spit the bones out with anything these days, right? So his message overall, this is what I heard. My ears be different than everybody else's ears, right? What I heard was a message of solidarity. If we don't come together, then we ain't got nothing, right? It's the only way that any groups have ever gotten respect. Think about this. LGBTQAI plus. What is that? Those people don't even get along. They're not even the same people. Somebody that's L ain't B. Somebody that's B ain't Q. Somebody that's AI plus ain't L. But they came together and they ain't let nobody mess with that. Anybody say that? Anybody say something about that? They tearing them down. Tear them down, tearing down, tearing down. That's how you gain respect. You tear up any opposition to the idea and concept that you have, your way of living, your lifestyle. Anybody who got an issue with that, you tear them down. This is how the Jews got the respect. Right? So when you got a whole bunch of Jewish dudes cutting your checks, and you know they live in solidarity. If this dude cuts your check and he cuts your check off, the next Jewish dude is not going to mess with you. See, when people cutting your checks, it puts you in position to be tossed around. When you say you're a boss and you have somebody to answer to, I just don't know how true that is, right? Think about if NORE 100% owned Drink Champs to the Dillsnick, and it was nobody above him. There was nobody cutting him. He's straight from his thing to YouTube is his production company. Everything is nobody distributing it that's extra. They got their hands in it. They can say this, that. He would never took that down. He would never took that down because he knew that was for the culture. That was a cultural pivotal moment, right? Because you got somebody like Kanye West who is running around doing his version of free speech, free think. You could say it's not the best version. You could say it's not everybody's version. But it's his version of free speech and free think. And you got people literally taking that away, literally tearing that down. You got people like Charlemagne literally saying he shouldn't have a platform to do this. He shouldn't be on anybody's show. Coon. Super coon. Think about how not hip hop that is. And this is what I'm saying. This is why I said I missed EPMD, crossover. I miss these themes in hip hop where it's like, don't sell out. Because when you sell out for money, you sell out your power. Because if somebody cutting your check, they could cut your check off. I don't know why we applauded Swiss Beats and Timberland selling verses. I personally did not like that move. But in hip hop these days, we applaud the sellout. They sold it out. And I said it when they did it. I said, oh, they just sold the culture out. I thought this was for the culture, right? We all in the pandy. We all in the crib. Everybody's sick. Everybody going through it. Losing jobs. Spending their stimulus money on Dior. Whatever people is doing. And here come the knight in shining armor. My guy Timbo, Swiss Beats the monster. They say, you know what? For the culture, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving economically. We're going to keep the party lit. And we're going to get some competition around here. Because everybody loves competition. Everybody pay attention to competition. Wrestling matches, boxing matches, basketball, football, this, that. So head-to-head competition, man, this go back to, Roman. This is go back to literal gladiators, right? We love sitting in that, watching people in that ring go against each other. So it's the greatest idea probably ever in hip hop to just have hip hop go head to head, because the closest thing we're going to get to an actual battle, right? Like Ja Rule is not going to battle Fat Joe like face to face, like URL, like they would have had a battle in the park back in the day. We're not going to get that because everybody's so institutionalized that they think that is a idea that's beneath them. They feel like I can't battle a dude in the park because I'm making millions. So this is the closest thing we're going to get to that. And then they up and sell it. I knew it was a bad idea when they did it. I thought it was horrible. And you could see where Versus went from that day. And I think from this day on, if NORE don't make a conscious decision to re-upload it, it's going to be downhill from Drink Champs, for Drink Champs from here. I think Drink Champs has seen its apex, its peak, its climax. I'm not saying it's not going to be around, but I think it's reached its climax if NORE himself don't backtrack on the backtrack. Because it looks horrible. NORE is the guy that stands for, come on, man. This is NORE. Not only is this NORE, forget NORE, excuse me. This is Drink Champs. DMX. Wu-Tang. So many legendary interviews. It's like, I'll be here all day long. It's probably the biggest pillar that the culture got right now that we can hang our hat on and say, now that's some hip hop ish right there. And so when you say Kanye is my brother, when you say Kanye is hip hop, when you say Kanye is an icon, and then you bring him on for those reasons, under the guise of he's an icon. He deserves a platform no matter who don't like him because this is hip hop. This is your home. NORE said that to Kanye. We don't care who don't let you on. We let you on. That's hip hop and I love it and I respect that. But then why is it down? You can't have your foot in the fire and the water. Doesn't work out. You gotta jump in the fire or jump your ass in the water. Excuse me, we're monetized. We're jump your butt. Jump your butt in the water. Right? And I think he's gonna feel the flame and he's gonna drown. I think you get what I'm saying? You can't be pulled in two directions that way. You're either gonna be the corporate entity or you're going to be the hip-hop champion. But at the end of the day, those two things don't mix. You can't be super hip-hop and super corporate because corporations have things to protect. Hip-hop is balls to the wall. It's two different ideologies. Hip-hop is I throw it away. I throw it all away for my ideology. I put everything on the line for my people. Hip-hop is Chuck D. Hip-hop is self-destruction. Hip-hop is, love's going to get you. Corporation is getting hot in here. So you got to choose your side. And I think NORE actually chose his side without choosing the side because hip-hop don't let you not choose. If you don't choose, you already chose. You over there. It's like growing up in a neighborhood with gangs. If you don't choose the gang, you already chose the other gang. Because we don't know you. You're not in. So if Ye is such a legend that he can come and voice his opinion when nobody else will give him a voice, then that's a stance already. There's no walking that back. You can't walk back a hard stance. That's like setting it off, punching somebody in their mouth, and then saying, yo, you know what, my brother? I don't even want to fight. It's like you already set it off. How you don't want to fight now? And that's what I'm saying. NORE has never looked crazy in my life. NORE has never looked crazy in my life. NORE look crazy right now. And I get he's in a crazy position, but like Ye said, somebody is cutting your check. That's why you're in that position. This is why Kanye walks into the office and everybody thinks he's crazy and he's showing the dude porn and saying, look, he messing with these people. You know why they're going to mess with you? You gotta set the standard from the door of how these people even treat you and deal with you. So when you come in with a smile, they think you're a sucker. When you coming in like 50 Cent, just whatever, putting your feet up on the desk, throwing stuff around and saying, I'm here, then they can never expect nothing different from you, right? For these people to even put the pressure on you to make you want to take it down, you already know they think you're a sucker. Academics ain't taking nothing down. For sure, for sure. I can name you a whole bunch of other YouTubers that ain't taking nothing down. Nothing would come down at all. You know what I'm saying? Russ wouldn't take nothing down because nobody's cutting Russ check. Nobody's cutting checks. Like, you know, you get what I'm saying? There's a difference between I'm partnering with somebody and they over me. You get what I'm saying? And maybe it wasn't the corporations. Maybe it was the pressure from the culture, but you're listening to the wrong side of the culture, you know? And no, this is the side of the culture you need to be listening to. People like me. I represent for the non-conformist, strictly hip-hop. This who you need to be listening to. Whoever told you you need to take that down, get them out your ear. That's not who we, they ain't hip-hop. They never heard the crossover. I can guarantee you they never heard the crossover, right? So, to conclude, NORE did a sucker move. I've never seen him look like a sucker before, but listen, a broken clock is right twice a day. So he's a broken clock right now. Ye said nothing that offended me personally. Nothing. I didn't see nothing that made me jump out of my skin at all. This looks crazy in the background. I don't even care. You know why? Because I'm hip hop. I got to get the message out. If I got to do this, my children is everywhere. If I got to go do this in a closet, I'm going to do it. Because it's hip hop and I'm leaving it up. Right? Ye didn't say nothing to me that made me jump out of my skin. Nobody actually heard what he said about George Floyd. That's the other thing. So let me get on Ye real fast. He never said George Floyd took fentanyl. If you listen to the clip, he said the cops injected the fentanyl in him. So it wasn't a claim like, it wasn't what people thought they heard, but they don't know what they heard because they can't hear for aesthetic. They just see Kanye on there going crazy. They need a clip to float around to continue the narrative about Kanye. Kanye said, oh, I saw the cops hit him with the fentanyl. Meaning they injected him with something. What is scarier? The fact that nobody even thought to look back at the video when they heard him say that? Or the fact that he said it? Think about it. What's more detrimental to society at large? The fact that Kanye is running around saying George Floyd got hit with fentanyl by the cops because that's such a radical idea, or the fact that not one person in the world went back and looked at the video after he said it. If you ask me, the fact that nobody went back to the video is way more detrimental to free thinking, free speech, to what we call America and American ways, free this and that, freedom, than somebody actually saying it. Crazy people gonna say crazy stuff. But the fact that you didn't go back and watch that video means you live in a hive mind and you're more dangerous than Kanye. If somebody makes a claim, yo, leave me alone. If somebody makes a claim, you have to acknowledge the claim. You can't just ignore the claim. You get what I'm saying? Stuff is going on here. It'll be going down. Listen, I have children. You know how it is. That's what I'm saying. I'm hiding in the closet. I'm doing this. Pause. So, yeah, I think that's way more dangerous. It's way more dangerous to not at least give credence to something to the point. If you're going to call Kanye an icon, then we got to at least give credence to what he's saying a little bit and say, yo, let's go recheck the tape out. Let's see what he's talking about. Maybe he's on to something. The fact that you just like totally wrote it off, brainwash. You successfully have been brainwashed. Because anything anybody tell me, if I meet a guy on the street that said, yo, the moon is falling, I'm not going to not look up at the moon, bro. I'm going to look. I don't care who said it. Somebody just said the moon is falling. I got to at least. If I don't do that, I'm brainwashed. You don't get where I'm going, right? It's way more dangerous to write somebody off before you check something out than them actually saying something is wrong. People who said 911 was a conspira, I don't want to set the algorithms off, but people who said 911 was a conspira, right? It's people who never went back and looked at the footage and said whether it was or not. They just said, they said it was planes. They said the planes went into the building. They said it was one dude with a knife that, 300 people couldn't take this one dude with a knife. There's a commercial flight. It's 300 people. It's pilots. It's everybody. Nobody wants to take this dude down on 4 separate planes. And they just crashed into the buildings. Still burns at a certain temperature. It didn't get that hot, but it collapsed. But so what? None of this stuff made sense. But people just was like, yo, I'm not. No. The government said, no. The government said it was Ahmed. Ahmed did it. So since the government said Ahmed did it, I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, Fred. It was Ahmed. Man, don't you know once 911 happened, it was people who got their pictures put up on thing saying, yo, they crashed into something. And these same people called up and said, yo, why is my picture on the thing in America? I'm right here. That's not me. And the government never went back and retracted who they said did it, even though those people were still alive, most of them. This is what I'm saying. That is more dangerous than somebody just saying it was a conspiracy. What are we talking about? Y'all are the problem. Kanye West is not the problem. Y'all are the problem. The fact that you don't want to question anything is the issue. Everybody's going to have something to say. But if you tune them out without giving them any type of credence, yo, man, your shoe untied. Man, my shoe. What you mean my shoe untied? I know it's tied because I tied it. Yeah, but you ain't looked down to see if it's tied. That's the problem. It's not somebody saying your shoe is untied or it's tied. It's the fact that somebody said it and you ain't looked. That makes you a dummy. And that means you're going to trip and fall. You get what I'm saying? So I think that Kanye West didn't say anything wrong. He could say what he wanted to say. But the fact that you're not fact checking him on anything he's saying and just saying he's wrong for saying it, that means you're shooting the messenger and you're not even entertaining the message, which is wrong. Like, that's not even human nature at all. So yeah, that I just had to go on a tangent about that. So hold on 1 second. Give me a second. Don't knock on the door again. Kanye West didn't say nothing that made me jump out of my skin. NO did something crazy, looks crazy. And overall, it's just not hip hop. And hip hop ain't looking great right now on that side. It's not. It looks horrible. It looks like we still control. It looks like we're still, somebody cutting us a check and we're shot. It looked like some Sambo type mission. You get what I'm saying? It looks horrible. NO, put it up. Put it back up. Put it back up. Stand on something. Stand for. You the main person talking about hip hop need a union. Hip hop need this. Hip hop need that. Every time somebody come on Drink Champs, NORE got all the answers for hip hop. Yo, you know what we need to do? Yo, you know what we need to do? Yo, you know what we need to do? You know what NORE need to do? NORE need to put that back up for the culture. If NORE don't put that back up for the culture, Drink Champs moving forward, out the door. Not out the door like over, but like far as, it's going to be Mav Hoffa, bro. I didn't want to say it, but it's going to be Mav Hoffa. Wherever the realness lives is where hip hop is going to be. Wherever the unfiltered, super raw, is going to be. Why LeBron James shop ain't take off like Mav Hoffa? Because Mav Hoffa is really at a barbershop in Harlem, in the hood. And LeBron James is well produced. That's why. If you want to know the difference, that's why. Because LeBron James is the biggest athlete in the world, but Math Hoffa has the bigger podcast. It's because wherever the real stuff is where we're going. This is hip hop. Put it up. Put it up. That's it. Put it up. It's the guy G Holy, repping gholy.com. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Like I said, I got stuff going on. This would be a 4-hour stream if I had it my way. But you know, my children, they don't care. They don't care if I'm talking to y'all. They don't care. So yeah, I'll get with y'all next time. Maybe I'll do a part 2. But NO did a sucker move, but he ain't a sucker. I'm not gonna call NO a sucker. NO is NO. Kanye, really, his message is about exactly what happened to him. It's about freedom of speech and it's about solidarity for black people. I don't know how people miss that. And then 3, hip hop is on the rocks. Hip hop is on the verge of 100% fully selling out. Everything that's ours, we sell out. And so we don't control it. And so when we need it as a tool to get messages out, we don't have it because we already sold it. We sold out. So now we don't have it. This is why I mess with I'm going to shout out some real ones real fast. This is why I mess with real ones. This is why I mess with Troy Ave. This is why I mess with academics. This is why I mess with Whack 100. This is why I mess with Charleston White some days. Because anybody who's raw and unfiltered and stand on a message to the death, that's who I respect. And that's hip hop. You can say what you want to say. You think these people are radicals. They're just being real. When the dudes say, yo, you know it's people who got at DJ Academics who's never said nothing about Africa Bambaataa. You know that, right? You know that. You know it's people who want to cancel DJ Academics and don't want to cancel Africa Bambaataa. You know, all DJ Academics said was people was dusty. And you know Africa Bambaataa put his ding-a-ling in little boys since the 70s. You know those are allegations. You know it's people running around online who base their whole career off of being true. You know he's never addressed this, right? You know he doesn't even live in America no more, right? Yeah, this is the dude that made up hip-hop. This is the dude that called hip-hop and gave it the elements. And we never addressed this guy, but we addressing DJ Academics. This is why I don't like the culture. Because I don't like the people in it. Because the only people in position is coons. You know why? Because real ones is hard to get in position. When you got a real one, like a DJ Academics or one of these people, they try to push them out of position so they can continue the narratives and don't have to deal with opposition. I'm opposition. I'm opposition. You gonna see. It's the guy G Holy, repping gholy.com, man. We out here.